opportunity so I can get on the computer to show you what I want to show you also. But I want to say this. My story. So I remember when I got the call that Oscar had been shot. And, you know, I'm like, what? And we live in San Jose, so we had to commute to Hayward, where my mother lives at, as the family was on the way to Highland Hospital, where he was actually taken. So I'm not knowing exactly who shot him or how he was shot, and eventually it came that the police shot Oscar. Like, what, you know, and we do this. What did he do wrong, right? When it's not necessarily that he had to have done anything wrong to be shot, because that is what we all tend to think about a black man encounter with the police. What did he do wrong? We got to be clear that it's not always that a black man has to do something wrong to have a negative encounter with the police. You see what I'm saying? Society has created so many different biases in us that when the police do happen to have a approach on me, right? His approach might be so harsh it forces me to respond in a way that becomes confrontational. Because I don't want to be disrespected. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm a human being. You know, I'm entitled to some respect. You know, if you think I've done something wrong, then question me about it, but don't degrade me about it. You know what I'm saying? And that happens quite a bit. So I have to be very wise in my response, because I do carry anger in me from this mental trauma that I went through with my nephew being murdered. You know, and so what I'm getting at is this is what's critical. So before that shooting took place, Oscar was really heavy on my spirit. And I couldn't understand why. And so I ended up responding, and I texted him. I said, Uncle loves you, God loves you, and God loves your family. An hour and a half later, he was shot on that platform, murdered. So when I got that call, of course, I went to my mother's house. But when I saw that video, I can remember falling to my knees, basically collapsing in so much anger. And when I came back, I was extremely angry. That type of anger that was destined to not allow you to know me who I am as today. You know, I would have probably been that angry black man that just went out there and did something so destructive that then you would have said, oh, that just accounts to what we've been hearing about black men. You hear what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Though I might have had I won't say a right to do it, but I sure had enough reason to do it. You hear what I'm saying? Because of that much pain. But my message is to you. When God brought to me that blessing that I had to text Oscar, I realized then that text was not for Oscar. It was for me. Because had I not texted Oscar, I wouldn't be standing here today. Because my anger would have really been to that point. So anytime a loved one is on your heart, and you feeling them, but you don't know why, or what's going on with this? Well, I'm thinking about cousin, or why I'm thinking about my sister like that. Call them. Text them. Attempt to visit them. Because we don't know the hour, we don't know the minute, we don't know the time that someone very special to us may leave this earth. And if you walking around with that person speaking to you in your spirit and you don't respond, and that happens, you're angry at yourself. And then you might punish yourself by going out to get that 40 to have a drink, or smoke a blunt, or whatever you may do to try to take yourself out of that pain. But those are the realities. And so I share that with you, that anytime someone that you love is on your heart, reach out to them. Because it may not be for you. It might be for them. You might could change their destiny. I mean, when God says time to go, it's just time to go. But we do not want to be feeling like, if I would have just did this, they might have not been in that car accident. Well, if I would have just called them, they might have not committed suicide. You hear what I'm saying? So I hope you get that, because I am so thankful. And when God brought that to me, then I realized that my mission was much more bigger than just being angry. And so I became a part of this movement in bringing about the awareness and what it is that we can do as a community to bring real freedom, justice, and equality to all. And yet there's still a lot of work to do. Love Not Blood campaign came into existence, of course, after I gifted the Oscar Grant Foundation to my sister. We carried on the same work in the Love Not Blood campaign as we did in Oscar Grant Foundation, but we included community violence as well as mass incarceration. And we did that because we realized that, love is going to fix our issue. We believe that. We believe part of the equation that's missing is our ability to love one another. And so we have taken the Love Not Blood campaign to families that have been traumatized all over this country, to eventually being invited to London, to where actually I was tasked in London with all the families there to be the one knock on the Prime Minister's door, 10 Downing, and give him their family's demands. That was a powerful experience going behind that gate, because we didn't know if we was going to come out alive. Yeah. So what I want to do, there's so much, I can talk and talk and talk. But I wanted to show you a couple of videos to help segue into this other part of the conversation. So could you take this?
Yes. I really want to hear from you all. So someone shares, what are you thinking, hearing what you're hearing so far, or what you've been thinking all along. I want to hear some thoughts. I'm going to come back to you, but let me get some heard that I haven't heard from. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think mostly what I want to know is I want to know how I and people like me, as someone I am white and this doesn't happen to me or to my community, how I can bring this and raise awareness for it and bring it out into the community more and not overstep, not speak over the people that it's happening to, but amplify the voices.
That's really simple, because really, you could talk to your people.
Yeah.
Talk to your family members. Talk to your people. They're going to listen to you better. Well, they may listen to us, but they may have more compassion if it comes from you, because they know you. They like you. They love you. If your child comes to you and say, you know what? I'm supposed to join this revolution. You're going to be like, oh, no. But then, because they're going to keep talking to you about it and talking to you about it, and that's your child. And you're gonna have some compassion for that. And then you might start saying, okay, well, you know what? They're right. Let me look into this. Let me investigate this. You know what I'm saying? The way that you fix it is that it's really this simple. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Why as a society we don't take those two things and it's simple, right over here, wrong over here. If something is right, stand with right. But we let our emotions get in. Cronyism, is this my friend? You don't want your friends or people to be held accountable when they do something wrong. And we're going to have a society where everyone is held accountable. If you do it, then be held accountable for it. It's really that simple. And so talk to your people. Have town hall meetings and talk about the issues. Talk about the issues. And then when they have protests, you can come out there. You can come to the protests. You can come to the protests. But to me, the biggest thing that can happen and how you can help your community to become aware is to have town hall meetings and talk about these issues that we have in our community. Because you really don't really have a clue about being black in America. You really don't have a clue about being brown in America. We cannot change this color. Can you imagine walking in the store and somebody just following you because of your color? I don't know how much money you got in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? You might could buy the whole store. But because of your color, you are judged. I remember this Caucasian guy did blackface and went into New York. How many people seen that? You saw that? Okay. I mean, you could try that. But I'm just saying. You'll get a real experience, because you really don't have a clue. We're not just crying, oh, woe is me, woe is me. Just imagine 461 years of oppression for us. That's not something that's we making that up. That's really happened to us. So you can't just make that disappear without us addressing it and fixing it. America's gonna be like that until you do that, until we address what's really going on. I see your hand. Come on.
I had a crazy experience last week. I was at a conference that I normally go to, and it's a bunch of doctors and people in the medical industry. And we were sitting at the end of the meeting, and I have an African American colleague who I've known forever. He's really funny, and everyone loves him. And I've known him for 20 years. And the subject of Black Lives Matter came up. And one of our friends asked him, have you ever, experienced this Black Lives Matter when you're stopped? And my friend Rich said, every time I'm stopped, there's a gun in my face. And it just floored everybody, because we think because we have friends that are mixed races and we think that never happens. And I think the magical, we were all really stunned. And I think what the magical thing that happened was someone asked the question.
Thank you. Someone else. Let's hear from you while Uncle Bobby's over there tipping with that.
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Why what? Oh,
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, yes.
That's all I was gonna say.
Oh, that's what you was gonna say. Go ahead and say it.
Colin Kaepernick.
Right.